Hello, it's Maureen Legacy here with your 21 Days 2018 series, and today is day 17. So for the next couple of days, I'm going to talk a little bit about our KW websites. If you have Playster sites outside of KW, this would still apply because we use the Playster websites for our KW websites. And then I'm going to finish up the it's actually 21 days plus a bonus day. So I'm going to finish up the last few days talking about using video in our business. So let's start with the websites. When you sign into KW, you're going to roll over Technology, and then you are going to come down to where it says KW websites. And when you are over in the website area, it's going to tell you to go to your website. So that's where you're going to end up. And most of the websites should be set up, the basic setup should be there, but I'll just run through it just in case. So over here on the left side, you could preview that site. And if you click preview, it'll open up what that site looks like. Let me see here, preview site. Here we go. And this will give you a little bit of an image. The screen, I don't have the screen set large enough to see. But there's the site, and I'm going to come back to Playster. We're going to edit, and I'm going to come down here to edit the site. So the website's not visible to the public. We can launch the site, but I'm going to go through some setup first. First is to make sure your IDX is set up properly, and let's go over here and look. And this is set to KWLS. I'm going to turn this on and turn KWLS off, and I'm going to save that. And when I look at IDX, I should see that the My Florida region or Mid Florida, some say different things here depending on when the site was built, and also whatever region you're in, you want to make sure it's set to your IDX for that region. Okay. So then we are going to look at the global filters, and global filters are the listings that will be displayed on your site, and you can change the filters and filter to select only a specific area. For example, our MLS runs from Orlando to Tampa and down to Northport, Port Charlotte area. We could say I only want to show listings in the Sarasota, Bradenton area because that's where we are. Or you can show all of the listings in your board and therefore have the ability to refer people that end up on your website for another area that you don't service. So I don't generally recommend touching the global filters, just leave those alone. And when I click outside, it's going to ask me if I want to make any save changes or continue. I'm going to continue because I don't want to I am not going to modify the global filters. Featured listings, so that could be listings with your MLS ID, and if you want to do that, you're going to select your criteria here, and let's say your criteria is going to be your, that's the property agent ID, and I'm going to add that, and then you can add your agent ID here for your board, and it'll pull up just the listings that you have in the MLS. The other thing, if you choose not to use agent ID, then you can remove that and you can add other criteria, location, price point, and you can determine what those featured property listings will look like. And so that's how you set a featured listing page. The open house page is for a single property site, which costs extra in our system, so that's why it's grayed out. So that should set up what your property listings are. Next thing you want to do is select your theme. And so when you click in here, Keller Williams has some specific themes assigned to it. That would be the Madison theme. So you can choose that, or you can go through and look at all of the themes. There's the Madison Metro theme. This is the Franklin theme, and when you look at them, you can see there's a difference. Like this, the images are in the center, they don't go the full width of the page. With the Madison theme, they go the full width of the page, so they're skinnier images, so you might not be able to fit a tall house picture in there. The buttons for social media are up here at the top on Madison, and on Franklin, the buttons for social media are more visible here. On the Phoenix theme, same thing. It's a larger picture, so you can get a taller picture in there. And here are the buttons for social media here. The typeface differs for the different themes as well. So you want to go through and pick a theme that you like. Let's see what all the themes. This is Toronto, Plymouth, and back to Madison. So let's say we're going to pick the Plymouth theme, and then you choose what color you want the wording to be in. So I might choose a darker color. It's more soothing to the eye. And then I'm going to click to save it. So now that's the theme. If I go back to my website and I refresh it, it's going to show a different theme. And this is the new theme. You notice that there's no search bar in the middle of the picture like it was on the original theme. Okay, so now we've selected a design. And then come back to Edit Site. And there's a slideshow for the photos that go across this, that will rotate through this website. So you could decide and pick your own photos for that. We'll come back to that in a minute. Certifications, you pick any certifications that you have, that you've earned. If you haven't earned any of these certifications, then you could pick Equal Housing Opportunity. And you could pick down here where it says, wait, where do we go? National Association of Realtors. So you can pick those two if you haven't gotten any of these other certifications. Some certifications that you might have, like luxury homes, they're not on here. You have to get the designation logos from the actual luxury home site. All right, so I'm going to save those certifications. You can add in your social networks here, and that's where it will show those, display those on your page. And then there's a menu, there's site information, and the site information is where we're going to update what our site is. And so the site title, I might let me think what the title would be here. This site belongs to Dee Dee, so I might say the name and the tagline would be Your Property Specialist. Whatever your tagline would be. You can upload a logo or use a KW logo. So if I'm going to select here and go through and pick a logo that might be in here for your office already, and if it is not, you can upload the logo for your office. The luxury logos are here for luxury members. All right, so let me upload the logo for the office. And then it's going to ask me, do I want to display the name and the tagline? I say yes. Display the logo, yes. And then the favicon. So what is a favicon? So when you are, when you have windows open on your website, up here, they have these little icons like KW for my KW, this for the Matrix MLS system. For my Florida, Placer has this little icon. And a favicon is an icon that is used to identify the site when you have tabs open. So you can upload a favicon as well. And then here you enter your information. And then your email address, your phone number. I'm going to put the office phone number here for her. And then upload your photograph, which will appear on your site. Then you want to add your office name. And the office phone number, the office email, which could be your email. The office phone number will direct people to the office. If it's okay with your broker, you can keep your own phone number there, your phone number that leads to your office. If you have an on-site office, and the email that leads there. You put the address. And then in some states, you have to put information here in the footer and links to like a privacy policy, and that's where you would put it right there. Okay. And then once we have our site information in there, we're going to click to save it. We're not talking about meta titles and descriptions at this point. We'll get to that at another time. On each page, you can add your meta title and meta descriptions. Okay. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Go back to Edit Site. All right, so that's really the basic site. The slideshows that we have here, we can select from the different slideshows that are here, interiors, variety of things. If you are in an area that's not represented by the slideshow, you can create your own. And so in this case, some of these pictures might not represent Florida, so you can click to create your own slideshow. And then you put the name of your slideshow, and it could be Dee Dee's slideshow. The other thing you can do is you can create a slideshow for different seasons and change it out. The holiday slideshow for the spring. Maybe if you're in New Orleans, you could have a Mardi Gras slideshow, and you could just change all that out. You click to upload the photos that you want. You could put a caption under the photo, which appears on top of the photo on the bottom of that image, and you can link the photo to a location. So for example, if you have an area in your community, like in our area in Lakewood Ranch, I can have a picture of Lakewood Ranch, and I can put a caption or not. I don't need a caption, but the link could take them to a page that shows all the listings in Lakewood Ranch. So you could do this with your home slideshow. Once you've added all your pictures, you can have up to 5. You don't need a total of 5, but you can have up to 5. Then you want to save those, and that's the slideshow it will use. So let me go ahead and add a few pictures. So here are some pictures that I've added of the area. And I don't need all 5, so I can click to save. And we'll come back once we talk about area pages. We'll come back and add the link for those pages. So now let's take a look at what our site looks like. Okay, in just those few minutes, we created a site with our logo, our name, our tagline. We have a few menu options here. We have some pictures that are rotating through for the area. We have a search bar to search for real estate, and we have some featured listings that are showing up within our board because we didn't set featured listings. They're just going to pick some within the MFR board. We also have some blogs that are there automatically, and at the bottom here we have our 2 certifications that we selected. We have a photo with a phone number, and then we have a contact me form and a mortgage calculator form. All of that built out from what we just put into that system. So we're going to continue this discussion tomorrow. That's the basic setup for your site. And we will see you tomorrow to go a little bit more in depth on what we can do with these websites. Thank you.